They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And here come the Redskins now. First down. Here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Cousins on first down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Here we go now. Back that up, Philly. Here we go.
A second down throw for Cousins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Here we go now. Detroit.
Third and long for Cousins. It's brought in by Dodson. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
From the red zone then. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Check. Go. Slam. All right, here we go. Black 5. Mike 51.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
The play clock's running down. Here's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll throw on first down, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. On on second down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
Left, left, left.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Brown finishing 2016 with over 1,200 yards, 106 receptions. Now for him, you know, people were expecting maybe some bigger numbers, Charles. What did you make of Antonio Brown's season?
Well, what I made of it is that he started to get more help along the way. Jesse James developed a tight end. Once Le'Veon Bell got into the lineup, he started to catch passes out of the backfield and ate up a few numbers as well. So Big Ben had more targets to throw it to. That should help Antonio Brown going forward in 2017 because he'll still be the primary guy. But when you get help, boy, you can make bigger plays downfield.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Walk right, walk right, walk right. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. All right now, 180. Go back, corner, C30.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And here's the Redskin defense.
Trent Murphy's #1 attribute is playing against the run, but he continues to work hard on his pass rush skills.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
All right, here we go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And I want to give the big guy some credit because he deserves it. But where was the defense there? Because he's not a burner.
I think they fooled him big time by handing him the football. It's not normal for him to touch it very often on a running play. I think the defense was just ill-prepared for that eventuality.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gault. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And Charles, I know Ryan Shazier, who made that tackle, a youngster you like a lot.
I love him, and I liked him a bunch coming out of Ohio State because the more this game leans towards speed and less on bulk, that's where Ryan Shazier excels because of his ability to run down plays. If anything goes away from him, he'll chase it. A lot of the time, he can run with tight ends, running backs downfield, and pass coverage. That only helps his outside linebackers like James Harrison and Bud Dupree get to the quarterback. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. On 3rd down, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion. But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. To throw, Cousins. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the...
And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Now Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Bell. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big run that time by Bell. 49 yards on the ground. They come out here in the eye. First and goal from the 5. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hurry up, let's go! Here we go. No spacing. 110.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, let's go.
They come up in an offset eye.
Right there now. Don't face it, man. Ship. One day. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
In motion is Coates. They'll try and run it in with Bell. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Two.
Play clock winding down. So an entertaining first half, and now we have hit the 2-minute warning. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. So out now come the Redskins. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Cousins on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got it for a sack. Bud Dupree coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. Now a second down throw for Cousins. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And this is caught by Jackson. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. First down, here's Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate.
This is caught inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Detroit! Here we go!
In motion left, the tight end. Again, a run with Thompson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Chris Thompson, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Cousins will try and throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And on 2nd and 10 now. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go. Hurry up, let's go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. It's caught by Bryant. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone.
Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Eight yards to go here on second down.
Eat these two. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Lock 80. Two. You got tight. Right there. Check.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll make it third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So a 3rd and 8.
Keep these two.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Man open left side is Brown. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Steelers are going to have a first down.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. James has got it, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
In the red zone this time. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, 14 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less
to become
culture
the Rams.
shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
And now a first down following that long gain. They go play action action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And an alley to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll be first down, Washington.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck,